championship, lightweight title. I want a clean, fair fight. I want you to listen at all times and protect yourself at all times. Brian, any questions for me? What about you, Justin? Touch gloves if you like.
And here we go. Justin Gaethje defending his belt for the 4th time. He's never lost. Brian Foster got here by winning the 8-man tournament to qualify as the #1 contender, and he spins around and throws the first strikes here. And that's how most people feel you've got to attack Gaethje, because he opens up like a house of fire.
But nobody's ever done it. That's the difference. So many people sit around and analyze, and they say, you've got to be the one to jump on him, but no one's done it, and Foster's not done. Our president, Ray Sefo, predicted earlier this morning this fight would finish in the 1st round. I agreed with him, and at this pace, we're both going to look like Nostradamus. Oh!
And there Gaethje pushes him down.
Foster actually landed on that exchange, too. Gaethje slipped one through, but Gaethje got his own.
Gets his licks in, but Foster is right back up. And Foster firing in the kicks.
Foster with some great 1-2 combos, but Gaethje is keeping his hands up. Look at that. Gaethje keeps his hands up, very composed, chin bared. He's not taking any damage. Foster scoring with the judges, but he's not doing damage to Gaethje.
2 great fights he had with Luis Palomino. And in those fights, Gaethje barely landed more punches than he took. He's willing to stand in there and take one to try to get 2 in. And Foster limping just a little bit there.
Well, I believe that Foster, I don't think that was a knee, Kenny. I think he was kicked in the calf and got a muscle to lock up on him.
That's what it looks like there. Maybe still trying to shake it off a little bit, Chael.
Yeah, he's kicking him in the calf. What he's doing is essentially what we colloquials call a Charlie horse. He's giving him a Charlie horse. This is a Benson Henderson technique.
He's down again, and that's over, and cramping up is Foster. And right away, and Gaethje doing the backflip.
Does that? That scares the heck out of me.
Well, he didn't nail the landing either, did he? But he comes away with the win, and I don't think anybody was going to predict it would end this way in the 1st round.
No, and look, we're going to have to see the replay. Benson Henderson, former UFC champion. I spent a day with him, training with him and Jay Glazer, and Benson kept throwing that kick. I said, Benson, you're missing. You're not hitting my thigh. You're not hitting my knee. You're hitting my calf. And he says, yeah, but it hurts, doesn't it? I said, yeah, it hurts a lot. He says, that's where I'm aiming. I believe that that's what Gaethje did. I don't think we've got a knee injury here. I'm guessing. I don't think we have a knee injury. I believe we have a locked up calf, and it simply made him fall down.
It looked that way.
I think.
That's what it looked like. And then he also was grabbing at his thigh as if he did have that Charlie horse, as you said. Let's take a look at it again. As Gaethje, he's a man that shakes hands and hugs babies, and if he ran for an office here in Greeley tonight, he'd win by a landslide. But what a strange ending here, as Brian Foster could not continue and Gaethje keeps his belt. Not by a 1st round knockout or a submission. Both would not have been a surprise either way coming into this fight. But to have it end this way, no one would have guessed this. And what a tough break for Brian Foster, too.
This crowd is on their feet. They are chanting Gaethje, Gaethje, Gaethje. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, I'm going to predict, okay, that one comes to the knee. That hurt Foster.
That hurt. That was a great kick.
They fight a little more. Foster comes back to life. You can tell he's really hurting, but he's pushing. Then watch this 2nd kick. I believe it comes to the calf. Okay, that's it. That's it. That was on the knee. He hit him dead on the knee.
That was 2 great kicks by Justin Gaethje.
But it also represents there could be a more serious injury than the Charlie horse that I had predicted and even hoped for earlier. That was right on the knee. Our thoughts are certainly with Brian Foster.
And Justin Gaethje, how many different ways can he win now? As he wins here with kicks. And taking a look at that last one, that was a wicked kick right to the back of the knee.
And Kenny, I think the real takeaway was his ability to deal with adversity. Gaethje was getting punched. Everybody said to beat Gaethje, you've got to be the one to out-pressure him. You can't let him come out and bowl and push you around. Brian Foster stuck to that plan. to that ideology perfectly. Ones and twos down the middle, finish with kick, throw some knees, pressure Gaethje. Gaethje was as calm and cool as they come. He kept his hands out, his chin down, and he waited for his moment.
Brian Foster taken out. Justin Gaethje winning this one with a TKO in a strange way with some incredible kicks. The only thing he struggled with was landing that backflip. We'll hear from the champ when we come back. And welcome back to Greeley, Colorado, on the campus of the University of Northern Colorado, where Justin Gaethje was an All-American wrestler, where he comes back tonight and wins with 2 vicious kicks, ending the fight against Brian Foster to keep his WSOF lightweight belt. Now let's get the time of the end of that first round victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tom Johnson stops this fight at 1 minute and 43 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO and